Out of Phoenix, Arizona, representando Hermosillo, Sonora, Mexico. Here is the challenger, Sulem Urbina.
Sulem Urbina Ochoa, welcome to the show. We have Dave Contreras up in Fort Lauderdale up to your top left. And on the bottom right, we have Dave Trujillo from House of Pain in Temecula, California. Welcome to the show.
Hi, everyone. Well, thank you guys for having me. I'm very excited to be here with all of you.
Well, we're excited as well. And you know what? I'm going to begin with the first question. Looking at your name, so unique, I need to know where that name came from.
Well, growing up, my parents were very religious. At the time, we were living in Hermosillo, Sonora. And I was brought up actually as a Jehovah's Witness. And so my two older brothers, they also have names from the Bible, Cesar and Saul. And then Sulem comes from the land of Jerusalem and Salem. And what they did, they just changed the A for the U, and that's where it comes from. A lot of people confuse it with Sulema, but it's just Sulem.
Sulem, okay, yeah.
Sulem, beautiful name and beautiful story there. How you got your name?
Hey, Sulem, I have a quick question for you. I follow Roberto Diaz on Instagram, and I also follow him on Twitter and on Facebook. And he mentioned last week that you were fighting, I think it was last Thursday or Wednesday, and you were fighting on ESPN. And like I said, I'm over here in Fort Lauderdale, so I looked at every ESPN channel. I even put your name, Sulem Urbina. It was never televised, correct?
No, it was televised. It's just not televised here in the United States. It's ESPN Knockout, which ESPN Knockout is a Latin channel. It shows all over Latin America. It's actually pretty big, but it's not displayed here in the U.S.
Okay, because we looked for it, and matter of fact, all three of us were emailing each other. I go, I can't find it. But we heard it was a controversial decision. Tell us a little bit about that fight. We didn't get a chance to watch it.
Well, it was a very exciting fight. It was a good fight for the fans. You know, my opponent, she was there, she was in the fight, but I was winning the rounds. I mean, yeah, she gave a good fight. Nothing but respect to her, but she maybe won one or two rounds, and then the judges gave us a draw. I mean, it's not a loss, but I'm not satisfied with it. Yeah. Obviously, it was a good fight. Obviously, I can always improve. There's a lot of things I can improve on, and I'm very hard on myself on that aspect all the time. But in no way or shape or form did she win more than 2 rounds.
Where was the fight at?
The fight was in Hermosillo, Sonora.
Oh, in Hermosillo. So you fought where your family
I fought where I was born, yes.
Is that the first time fighting there in Hermosillo?
It's not the first time, but it is the first time fighting under that commission, I guess. Every time there's a government change, you know, everything changes in Mexico. Sports is highly run by government officials and all that stuff over there. So anytime there's a political change, though, everything changes. And this commission is fairly new in Hermosillo. They don't have a lot of experience, and it was a first for me. It was different.
So if the government changes, so does the commission?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah, everything changes. I mean, the chief of police,
everything changes. Like I believe right now it's Partido Morena in Hermosillo, so they change everything. Like every single who runs the programs in El Cum, which is like the sports facility, everything changes. Commissions, presidents from every single thing.
Wow, I was not aware of that.
Yeah, it's very different. In Mexico, when you want to have a big event, the government has to support it for you to have a big event. Like I believe Jackie Nava versus Mariana Juarez are fighting November 30th, and none of the state governments wanted to fund it. The only one that was able to fund it was Tijuana, so that's why it'll be done in Tijuana.
Wow.
It's very different. It's very different from the way it's run here in the United States.
So real quick on that Jackie Nava, do you have her winning that fight?
I have Jackie Nava winning easy.
Yep, absolutely. She's a beast.
Yeah.
She's a beast. Wow. Hey, so here's my next question.
Excuse me.
What are you doing as far as how are you preparing for your next fight? What are you looking to do? Are you looking to fight here in the States? Was it kind of bitter that you ended up going to Hermosillo, your home state and your hometown, and getting this controversial decision? Are you wanting to fight here, maybe in Phoenix or Los Angeles, or?
I'm a fighter. I'll
your
fight
thoughts?
wherever. It doesn't matter, I think. But as a fighter, everybody wants to come to fight in the United States. That's where the big cards are, and the good pay. And I definitely want a big fight on a big platform again. But I have to work my way up there again. I just fought last week, so I'm not sure when I'll fight again. I'm taking a little break, but I'll fight wherever, whenever, with whoever. My division.
Hey, Dave, Trujillo, maybe we could talk to Diaz and see if she would be interested in coming to Temecula.
I would love to.
I'm all
Let's
for
do
it.
Yeah, Pachanga. That'd be great.
Yeah. I have a question for you.
Right on. Donde sea, Lisa.
My question to you, Urbina, is how old were you when you got into boxing?
Well, I started boxing when I was 10 years old.
Wow.
I have two older brothers and then two younger brothers, so I'm the only female in the family besides my mom. And I started boxing because I wanted to be with my brothers. I wanted to prove that I was tough just like them. They started going to a local boxing club, and I era metiche. I was being a metiche, and I wanted to tag along. Big brothers don't want to take little sister, but I kind of forced my dad to tell them to take me. So I tagged along, and I fell in love with it. But it was short-lived because my mother didn't like it. I fought like 4 times. I had like 4 fights when I was little, and then that was it. My mom said, "No, eso no es para las niñas. That's not for little girls. You need to be home helping me with the chores," and that was it. And I never boxed again till I was 16, about to turn 17, and then since then I haven't stopped.
Wow. Now let me ask you this: this last fight that you had that was a draw, is that something you'd like to consider to go back to clean up that draw, clear it up, or you just want to move on to bigger and better things?
I think I'm disappointed in that draw, but it's not a loss. I mean, it's like it didn't even exist. It's just. I mean, to me, draws. My opponent was really happy that she got a draw. I'm not happy with the draw.
Yeah.
But I mean, she doesn't really offer anything for me. I want bigger fights. If it happens, it happens. I don't care. I mean, I'm just there to fight.
Who is that?
Obviously, I want a big fight.
Who do you want? Who do you want to fight?
I want Naoko. I want Naoko Fujioka. I mean, I felt I beat her in that last fight. I felt I should have been a world champion after that fight. It was a good fight, but I felt I outboxed her for at least 6 rounds out of the 10, and it was. I should be a world champion right now. That's the way I feel.
Sulem, right now, call her out right now.
What happened? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
Call her out. Tell her you want her right now. Tell her, hey, let's make this happen.
Naoko, your team and you came up to me. You felt that you didn't do enough to deserve that win, and I felt that you didn't win. So, give me the rematch. It's that simple. Give me the rematch.
Right here, rolling with the punches, ladies.
Right here, rolling with the punches.
I'm rolling with the punches. Calls her out. That's awesome. Yeah.
We'll make that fight happen in Temecula.
Yeah.
It sounds good to me.
That's right.
Well, you know what? If anybody can make it happen, Roberto Diaz. I mean, the guy has a lot of magic. He can make it happen. So you know what, Roberto? Make it happen. He can make it happen. Yeah. You're still signed with Golden Boy, correct?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah.
All right, Golden Boy, got to get it together with Dave here. Make it happen.
Golden Boy has been nothing but great to me. They have my back. Any other fighter, they'll probably, especially under these circumstances with COVID and everything that's going on, they probably would have dropped me. They haven't been losses where I'm getting my butt kicked, but I've lost. And Golden Boy has my back. What can I say?
Yeah.
They're a solid promotional group. They truly care about their fighters, and I'm very appreciative of them.
And you know what? I think the boxing world today is very different than it's been in the past. I think that today a loss. I mean, look at Canelo. He lost against Mayweather, but he lost against a world champion. You lost against a world champion, 2 world champions.
Yeah.
So those losses, people don't count them. They count them as a loss, but they see it as an experience. And you made more famous from those losses than anything else. So I think those losses, I think that people see it much different than they used to years ago, I believe. Yeah.
I think especially in women's boxing, I believe, we fight everybody and anybody wherever. We don't sit there and pick and choose like the men do.
Yeah.
And so our records look fairly different,
Sulem, if you could change, go ahead. Sulem, if you could change something in women's boxing, let's say, for example, the 2-minute rounds or going to 12 rounds, which two, or what would you change in women's boxing today?
I think definitely the 3-minute rounds would be.
Okay.
I mean, give us 10 3-minute rounds. I'm fine with that. I think that's a huge reason why we don't have as many knockouts as the men do. Because I've been in the position where I hurt my opponent and then the bell rings and they recover. So they take more punishment along the whole fight. But us fighters, we always want to fight more. And that's why we have the referees, coaches, and the doctor and other people around the ring to protect us. We always want to fight more.
Well, I think the female boxers are very hot right now, and I think that's gonna, be something to really see coming up. I would like to see so many more of you just share that platform. You all deserve it. You're exciting, just like the men. Same exact thing. So I wish you all the luck in the world, and who knows? Hopefully, we could all cross each other's paths here shortly in the new future.
Yeah, we're definitely in a really good moment right now. There's a lot of really good fights on all platforms. USA's starting to catch up to the whole world because whether we want to admit it or not, women's boxing has been big in other countries before it got big here in the United States. You have the trilogy between Ana Maria Torres and Jackie Nava in Mexico. They opened the doors for women to be televised in Mexico. Because of them, you always have a female fight on TV Azteca or Televisa. In Argentina, females boxing is huge. You have TYC that always has female fights as a main event. In Europe, it's massive. So I think the U.S. is finally catching up to all that, and they're giving us a good platform. They're giving us the opportunity to be on the zone on ESPN and keep on working.
Sulem, today I saw an interview that you gave to the British young man from Britain. And it was actually an excellent interview. And one of the things that was about racism in America, talking about the Floyd case. And you mentioned that when you retire, because like everything else, boxing isn't going to last 20, 30 more years, that you were considering being a police officer. Are you still considering that?
I do consider that because I think that if you want to see a change, you have to be that change.
That's right.
I think if us as raza, paisanos, if we want to, take care of our people and look out for our people, we have to do it ourselves. First off, we have to make sure our kids are are educated and respectful, and you know, live the right way, and follow the law. But also, you know, we have to, you know, take those positions. Why can't we be senators? Why can't we be presidents? Why can't we be governors? Whatever it is, you know, why can't we be in politics and, you know, make sure that our people are treated justly?
Well, I mean, when you look at politicians, I mean, look at Manny Pacquiao, might be the next president of the Philippines. Look at Jose Luis Castillo. I think he's a senator, right? There in Sonora. You got Salido, another, I think he's a congressman in Sonora or somewhere in Mexico. But, you know, we had Mikey Garcia not too long ago on our show. And one of the things that we talked to him about, what comes after boxing. And he actually said that he's considering becoming a politician. He's considering becoming a mayor, becoming a congressman, and I see you. Hopefully, I mean, when this career is over, please consider that. You're one that when I heard that interview today, I put you on that list. Another one that I have on that list is Jose Ramirez. I mean, Jose Ramirez being from Avenal, being from, you know, sus papás trabajaron en los files, trabajaron duro. Y see, he's always standing up for the farmers, always standing up for the agriculture world. And we need more boxers to become politicians, more boxers to become police officers, more boxers to have your frame of mind of making a change. And I want to commend you for that. That's beautiful to hear that from a young lady like yourself. Thank you.
Hey, don't forget, guys,
Thank you.
you had the great Alexis Arguello also that was in politics,
Yes,
and
that's
Roberto
right.
Duran also got in the mix as well. I mean, so you know the fighters inside the ring do great things outside the ring because they're used to fighting for what they believe in. So I hope you do pursue that. I think it would be very very rewarding for the fighters and for the raza out there to have people speak up and have that type of ambition, and we need it. We are so underrepresented. I mean, don't get me started there. That'll be another whole show. But I'm glad that you are looking at the future as you know, giving back. You're already giving us. You're giving us entertainment, and then now you're going to give us back, you know, something else that's very needed in our community.
It's something for me that I'm very passionate about. I grew up in the United States, undocumented my whole life. You know, I used to drive afraid of just getting pulled over because I didn't have a driver's license. I didn't have papers. You know, we had a huge thing back here from like 2010 on to like 2013 with Joe Arpaio. Where it was racial profiling like crazy. SB 1070. My father got deported. My brothers they live in Mexico. They grew up here in the United States, and you know, they got deported also, and they live in Mexico, and they're still lost. They can't find themselves because this is home to them. So you know, I'm Mexican. I'm proud to be Mexican, and I do my best to live by the rules. But you know, as I was undocumented, I mean, how could I not drive? I had to, you know, find a way to get to work and do certain things. And now that I'm older, I finally became a resident. I finally became a citizen, and I did it all the right way, you know. And I have to try and look out for those people because, you know, I don't want people looking at us as, you know, drug dealers, rapists, this and that. We're categorized in a certain way because of, you know, a previous president, and we're not. We're hardworking, humble Mexican people that come to the United States to look for a brighter future. My family, we've been here since I was 5 years old, but you know, we live by the law, and I've never committed a crime. I've never been arrested, and I'm a lawful citizen. I follow the rules, and I just want to be better, and I want to offer something better for the kids in the community, and it's something that I'm extremely passionate about, and I hope that I'm setting a good example for the kids in my community.
Well, you know, Sulem, if you do decide to become a police officer, please apply with San Diego PD. San Diego, leave Arizona, go to beautiful San Diego. They pay very well. I was a police officer there for 27 years. And I'm telling you, my father used to say, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. And I know as a boxer, you love what you do. You never worked a day in your life. And as a police officer, you're never going to work a day in your life because you love what you do. So please consider San Diego PD. I'll give you my number afterwards. If you really do, I'll make some calls, 5-6 years when you decide to retire. You're never too old to be a police officer. Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hey, so if there was one more last thing that you want to tell everybody, what would that be? And then we would tell you thank you very much for joining us today. But what's the last message that you have for everybody?
I want to thank everybody for the continued support. I've had some bumps on the road in my boxing career, and through it all, I still feel nothing but love and support from everybody. And I'm still here. I'm still fighting. It's just a little bump on the road, but I'm gonna be back, and I will be a world champion. I'm gonna sit back, analyze, get better, and return and get those wins. So thank you all for the love and support.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything that you're doing for the sport.
Yeah.
Thank you, and thank you guys for having me. It's a blessing having people like you guys that are interested in supporting us women. That's what keeps us growing, and I'm very appreciative of that.
And Sulem, one last thing for me. I'm the one that loves to talk, but one last thing for me is, keep using this as a platform to fight for people's rights, por nuestra gente. Every chance you get, talk about it, because you know what? You are a hero within our community to my grandchildren. So every word you say, people are listening. Never forget that.
Muchas gracias. I truly appreciate it. And let's stay in touch. I would love to come back here with you guys and keep talking boxing and life.
Sounds good.